I'm not around, have you found I'm always on your mind? And when you hear my name, does it sound the same as you felt when you heard it last time? Do you see flowers in my hair that aren't really there? Do you feel the pain when I'm blue? And when you see me, does it seem to be that blues change to life in bloom? Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boiling Point Podcast. This is episode 112, and we're going to talk about some fake account epidemic that is happening at Facebook. A friend of mine agreed to be a part of this. She agreed not to report or delete any comments from these fake accounts so that I could collect them. I got screenshots of the comments. I've got their profile picture, and in the link, you can also find the links to all of these profiles in the order that we'll be doing them on the show. So make sure you report these profiles. That's ultimately what I would like you to do, is report these profiles. And if Facebook receives enough reports, maybe they'll do something about it. All of the profiles that we're going to reveal on this episode are fake accounts. And despite several and repeated reporting attempts from myself and my friend, she still gets these comments, even from people that she has reported. Now, my friend is a 73-year-old woman, and for obvious reasons, especially with the recent harassment she's been facing, she doesn't want her identity revealed, and so we're going to respect that. So during this episode, we'll be referring to her as Martha Towney. Now, Miss Towney, being 73 years old, has children and grandchildren, and has told me that it's fair to say that her dating life is likely behind her. And I bring that up because many of these comments that I'll be going through are going to be of the romantic or flirtatious nature, and many insinuations that, having a romantic interest. So that's why I bring that up. That's the way a lot of these comments are. Now, I'm breaking this episode up kind of into two parts. It'll all be one episode, but it'll be in two segments. When I started this episode, I started with 3 weeks. I went from September 16th to October 7th. It was a 3-week span. There were 25 comments over that 3-week period. And as I was gathering the data over that last week, getting screenshots, getting everything prepared, the 4th week passed, and Martha reached out to me and said, "Hey, you should look. They've been working overtime." So I went and I looked, and even though I had told her that she could start deleting and removing them, she decided not to because of the amount she was getting. So I included a 4th week with this as well. So it's over a 4-week period, and the stats and the numbers, wait till you see them. They're going to astonish you, especially the 4th week, the last week that I did my research and that we recorded this. All these comments, it's really out of control. Now, many of our fans I know listen to our episodes and don't always give them a watch. They listen to them on their ride home or when they're in the car, and that's great. I'm happy for any listens and views that we get. So I will be going over a lot of these comments and verbalizing them, so that way anybody who's listening can hear what some of these comments are. Not all of them, but I will be doing many of them. Now, some of these comments I don't have because they were likely deleted by the poster, and Facebook hadn't updated when I was going through and checking them. It was one of those things where I would click on the post so that I could see the comments a little bit closer and see all of them listed. And then when I would do that, the comment would not be there, meaning that usually the poster deleted the comments. Martha was not deleting comments during this time, so it was not her that deleted the comment. It was likely the poster, and that does happen from time to time from these accounts. Now, before I get going, I do want to say again to everybody that my hope is that if Facebook gets flooded with reports about a bunch of these profiles, that maybe they will take notice, maybe they will do something. All of the links are in the description of the video, and they go in the order that we are doing them in this episode. So make sure you please go, even if you can report only a couple. There's many of them. There's a lot of them. So I understand if you don't have time to go through and report all of these accounts. I understand. But if you could report even one or two or a couple, that would be great. I'd like to see if we could get any of these accounts taken down by Facebook. Now, there were some, before I get into the comments, there were some questionable comments during this period that were confirmed as not being friends with Martha, but I did not include them in this when putting it together. I have their links so that you can still check them and you can still report their profiles, but I did not get their profile picture. I did not get screenshots of their comments because I wasn't sure at the time that I was putting this together that if they were legitimate comments or not legitimate comments. Some of these people who leave these comments are sneaky. You think that they might be a friend of somebody's the way they comment. So they're not all ran by bots, or at least not some of them aren't sophisticated, I guess. So let's go into the comments. As I said, there were 25 comments on in the first 3-week span. Now, the first comment is from William B. Garrett, and this is a repeat offender. This is somebody who has commented more than once during the 4-week period that I inventoried all this. William B. Garrett, this is somebody who's commented more than once, and I'll put it up on the screen for you, and there's his profile pic as well, so you can recognize what profile it is when you go to search it. And as you can see here, always triple hearts, enjoy what you share here on Facebook, but we're not friends yet. I have tried several times to send you a friend request. These people, they always try to send friend requests, but it never works for some strange reason, which is very weird. But he says several times you try to send a friend request, but it's not going through. I'll be so glad, more hearts, if you can just click into my profile and send me a friend request. But if you find this message embarrassing, please pardon my manners. Thanks. And then there's a bunch of red roses, the red rose emojis after that. So that was on 9/16 at 10:42 p.m. That's the first comment that I recorded and inventoried for this episode. The next comment is only 3 posts later, and it's by Richard D. Clark. And this person is someone who clearly is pretending to be a service member or is using the picture of a service member. So if anybody's watching this and recognize any of these profile pictures, please let them know that their picture and their information is being commandeered, and please reach out to us and let us know as well, so that we may also reach out to them. But this one by Richard D. Clark, another repeat commenter, and we'll be seeing them a little later as we go through these. I'm really many hearts, very impressed with your profile. And then there's a clover emoji and personality. And then there's a heart emoji, and I don't even know what that one is. I also admire your good sense of humor here. And then there's some flower and clover emojis. I don't normally write in the comment section, but I think you deserve this compliment. Another clover emoji. I'd like to be your friend. Kindly send me a friend request if you don't mind. Thanks. So as you can see, and many of these comments you're going to see, that's why I'm not going to read all of them. They're going to be very similar in nature. They all use emojis like that's going to attract you to it or something, or make you fooled. This next comment is 6 posts later. That comment by Richard D. Clark was on 9/16 at 12:59 p.m. And now we're going, this is going to be 6 posts later. We have a comment. This is only one. I only saw one from this person through the 4-week span. Dario Paulile. And there you can see his picture. You look so gorgeous, and you also have a lovely smile. Big smiley face emoji. I must confess, your smile melted my heart emoji, immediately when I viewed your pictures. I'll love blue heart emoji to get to know you and, if possible, become your friend. Your husband must be the luckiest man on earth to have a beautiful woman like you all to himself. I sent you a friend request, but it eventually didn't go through. Kindly send me a friend request. God bless you. Heart emojis. Stay safe. Clover flower emoji. So I mean, these are ridiculous. Like anybody. I guess that's the other thing. That's who they're potentially targeting here. Martha Towney is 73 years old. As I said, they might be trying to target older people. or people who appear like they're alone. Maybe they're lonely. Maybe that's how they get them to respond. Although this person mentioned that they might have a husband, which is also weird. So 12 posts later, we get Clint Walker, another person who is appearing in to be a service member. He appears in uniform in his profile picture, as you can see. And his comment is, honestly, I love your posts and what you share here. You've got an awesome profile, and I'm sure you're a very nice lady. Sending a friend request without your consent seems rude, that's what a friend request is. You send a friend request. If they don't want to friend you, they delete it. Commenting, in my opinion, is rude before you even know a person. So I decided to drop a comment here. Kindly click on my profile and add me. Let's become friends if you don't mind. Thank you, and God bless you. Flower emojis. Now, this one wasn't covered in emojis, but they did mention God, something that they also do a lot. Now, 19 posts later, as I said here, during the first read period, is a little spaced out. We get Richard Miller here. He's another repeat offender. And his comment does not include emojis, but is going to be very generic, very general, the way all the other ones are. Many people will come and go in your life, but only true friends will leave footprints in your heart. Friendship is one of the most beautiful feelings in life because it gives emotions, complicity, and because it is free. Sometimes it doesn't take much to be friends. I've always enjoyed the nice and beautiful posts you share here on Facebook, but we're not friends yet. I've tried several times to send you a friend request, but it's not going through. I would really appreciate it if I could get a friend request. If my message is embarrassing, please pardon my manners. Thank you. Again, there you go. You can take parts from all the comments that I've just read, and there it is, all just jumbled together in a different order with different parts of the different comments that they've already said. Many of these comments are going to be the same. I'm going to read just one or two more here. We got William Garrett, another repeat commenter here. Apologies for dropping this here, but it feels too great to visit your timeline. I don't even know what that means. Red rose emojis. I always enjoy what you share here on Facebook, but we're not friends yet. More red rose emojis. I've tried several times to send the friend request, but it's not going. Do you mind trying from your side? I will be happy to be friends with you. If you find this message embarrassing, please pardon my manners. Thank you. God bless you. Now, doesn't that sound eerily similar to Richard Miller's comments? It's that all many of these are going to be the same. Now, a couple of these here. Now, the 18th comment, or I'm sorry, not the 18th comment, but the next comment was one that I couldn't. When I went to click on it, it wasn't there, so I didn't have that one. But then, as you can see here, some of the other comments. These are from people who they don't even look like real names. Some of them. And as you can see, I'm just going to keep going through some of these and just keep letting them flash up on the screen. If you're listening, I apologize. There's a lot of comments, and the last week has even more comments than the first 3 weeks. So I'm not going to read, 70 comments or however many they are that I have written down. So if you can watch this episode, I do encourage you to watch this episode. Daniel Ben here. Here's another service member. Hello, dear. It's nice meeting you here. I know we are not friends on Facebook, but I really would like to befriend you. If only you will add me up so we can get to know each other better, if that is okay with you. Thanks. I mean, these people, for being service members, none of these people know how to speak proper English either. Here's one from Gene Haynes. People get this all the time, and I'm sure many of you viewers have gotten this. If your privacy settings aren't set up the right way, DM me or Cash App tag. Come on, get real. Here we go. Another service member, someone claiming to be a general. And so, I mean, I don't know if you see any of these people, if you know any of these people in real life, please let them know that they're being hijacked, because none of these are legitimate for sure. And we're going to get into why that is in here in just a little bit. Another comment here. This is on 9/22, 6:53 p.m. Stephen J. Townsend. This guy's a repeat offender, and he's also a repeat commenter with multiple accounts. You're going to see him. He's going to have Stephen J. Townsend. He's going to have just Stephen Townsend, and even we saw William Garrett. You're going to see William B. Garrett. You're going to see one of his comments a little bit later, and then you're going to see Garrett Burke William. which is obviously just another variation. Richard Clark is a multiple commenter, and then once we get to the final week, you're going to see General Paul J. Lay Camara has a few variations on his names as well. So you're going to see a couple of variations. They're going to be the same person. It's clearly the same bot or the same whoever's behind it, but it's just variations on different names. And you can see that Steven Townsend is claiming to be a service member. Here's another William Garrett comment claiming to be a service member. The next comment was an unknown comment. It was on 9/23. I couldn't grab that one. And then we have one which is weird. This is another spammer, I guess you would say. The other ones seem targeted. The ones from the service members that seem targeted, that want to be friends and stuff, those seem targeted. This one seems like a general, spam. Yo, champ, I think I might have a business proposal for you, a 73-year-old woman. Your looks are emojis positive. I've checked your timeline. I think we can use your influence. HMU, which stands for hit me up, and then some more emojis, including a cash emoji. Let's get those racks 100. I mean, it's clearly spam. All right, clearly spam. And then here we go. John Anderson. He comments twice. He comments on 10/2 two times, and both at 2:52 p.m. But at the same within the same minute, these comments are posted on on different posts or on the same post, and within a minute, the same comment. So I mean, let's be real. And you can see here, if you're looking, it's similar to the same ones at this point. Another one from Stephen Townsend. As I said, some of these are going to have many different ones, and you can see from the comments that it's the same thing. I'm going to read this one here. This one from Stephen Townsend. I pray God gives you a perfect gift of health and long life. May your day be filled with happiness and joy, and may you be filled with thousands of smiles. Stay safe. I always enjoy what you share here on your profile, and we're not friends on Facebook. Only on this page, but sending you a friend request without your consent will be rude. So I decided to drop a comment. Can you add me if you don't mind, or send me a direct message? Thanks. Now, this post was not on a page. It was on her own profile, Martha Towney's profile, and this person commented on a post that was on her profile. So it's all generic. Here you got one from John R. O'Connor. All these people who just can't send a friend request. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how many people. John Murray, here's another one. This person's going to be another repeat commenter. Here's Howard Schultz, again, the same thing. I love this post very much. I always enjoy what you share here on Facebook, but we're not friends yet. I've tried several times to send you a friend request, but it doesn't work. I would be very happy if you could click on my profile and send me a friend request. Thank you. That's from Howard Schultz. Now, remember, the links are in the description. Visit any of these profiles and please report them as fake. Here's another one from Richard Miller, the repeat commenter. And they're all the same. They're all generic. And if you go to their page, you can clearly see that they're fake, that these are fake bot profiles. And then here's the last one for the first 3 weeks, Eric Hill. He's also another person claiming to be a service member. And as you can see, it's the same comment, just worded just a little differently. It's like they have portions of it and they're just cutting and pasting, which is why the English is likely broken, because they're not including anything in between it. They're just rearranging portions of sentences, and that's why it looks like it's broken English. So there's potentially some kind of bot or something involved here. So that's the first 3 weeks of the comments. And there were, as I said, 25 of them. Now we're going to go to the fourth week. The fourth week is from October 8th to October 14th. Okay, another 7-day span. It's been 28 days total that I inventoried this 4 weeks. There's 28 comments over a 1 week period. That's 3 more comments than she had just received over the previous 3 weeks in a 1 week period. which is astonishing. And we're going to break down the numbers here in just a moment. But we're going to go over a couple of these other comments here. And here's another one, clearly spam. Gas Monkey Garage. You're lucky today. Check the profile. They just want people to visit the profile. It's all nonsense. And here we got Paul Le Camara. Some of his variations on his name. He's going to be claimed to be a general, but in all of his pictures, all the variations on his name, he's clearly in uniform. And as you can see from the comments, I always enjoy what you share here on Facebook, but we're not friends yet. I've tried several times to send you a friend request, but it's not going through. Do you mind trying from your side? I will be happy to be friends with you. If you find this message embarrassing, please pardon my manners. Thank you. How many times have I read all of those sentences already? And even some of them in that exact order. So here you go. Richard D. Clark. Richard D. Clark is another repeat offender. No, I didn't find any variations on his name. He just goes by Richard D. Clark, and he has two right in a row, just like one of the other ones earlier. And both comments are exactly the same. They're on the same post. So Richard D. Clark. Here we go. We got another one. John C. Aquilino. Same thing. It's always the same thing. All of them. Garrett Burke William. That's another variation on one of the ones that we went over earlier. And as you can see, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, I'm not reading all of these comments. As I said, there's just too many, but all of them are basically the same. They're all generally the same exact thing. Some of them try a little bit harder, add a little bit more words than others. Some of them have sentences rearranged so that it doesn't look like it's the same as all the rest of these, but also those ones look like they have broken English. Doesn't always, all the words don't always line up. Here's another one, Stephen Townsend. He was one that we've had a couple of variations on. Stephen Townsend, Stephen J. Townsend, and even he has a couple of other variations that I've seen that just weren't in the window of what I was recording, of what I was checking the comments. But I know there's other variations on that name as well. Here we go, Godwin Mark. Flower emojis everywhere, and the same thing. I'm not going to read the flower emojis with this. For if you're listening to this and not watching, I'm not going to do the flower emojis. They're all the way throughout this, but I'll just read the text for you so you can see how similar these are here. Wow, I'm really much impressed about your profile and personalities. I also admire your good sense of humor on here. I don't normally write in the comments section. Yeah, right. But I think you deserve this compliment. I have tried several times sending you friend requests, but not going through. Please kindly click on my profile and send me a friend request if you don't mind. Thanks. It's that. How many times have I already done that? James Dickinson. Here's another one. He's got a variation on his name. It's Dickinson James, or I think something like that. It's coming up here in just a moment. Oh, this person, the James Dickinson, you can see. Looking for an old friend in your state when they came across your profile, got attracted to your photo, wants to meet new people. So, and there's a mention of God bless. So, I mean, you can see all of these have either the mention of God, which is obviously falsely proclaiming and using his name in vain, which we've gone over is not the coolest thing to do either. Colin Armstrong, another service member. How many of these pictures have been service members already? I think as I said, if you know any of the people who are in uniform, please let them know that their identities are being used for this, because I think they would know. Here's General Paul J. Le Camara. Now he's a general. He's got another profile where he's a general, and then a profile where it's just with his name, but it's the same. It's him in a uniform. So. And it's the same comment. Here's one. This one's not a repeat commenter, Kenneth Todorov, but another person claiming to be a service member. And here, Dickinson H. James. I'm going to read this one. Another person wearing a uniform. Good morning, angel from God's kingdom. I pray God gives you a perfect gift of health and long life. May your day be filled with happiness and joy, and may you be filled with thousands of smiles. Stay safe. I always enjoy what you share here on your profile, but we're not friends on Facebook. Only on this page. I tried to send you a friend request, but couldn't send. Please, can you add me up if you don't mind, or send me a direct message, please? And there it is. I mean, all of, and as you can see from the rest of these, they're all going to be the same way. General Paul A. Camara, again, the same thing. It's always failing, and they're always claiming to be commenting on a page, like it's something that she posted, Martha Towney. That's something that she posted in like a group page or something that they're commenting on. None of these are on a group page. They're all on her profile, not in a group or anything like that. Christopher Mahoney. And then here you go. Here's one from the Diesel Brothers. This is just another spam post. Go check it out, their profile, and you can win. That's never the way it is. Eric Todd Hill, you recognize his name because we had Eric Hill in the first 3 weeks, and here's a variation on his name, Eric Todd Hill. He's got other variations on his name as well. I've seen them, though they just weren't part of the time frame that I inventoried all these. And you can see the comments are all the same. Here's one, Anthony Barbina, another person claiming to be a service member. Hello, I would love to be your friend, but sending you a request without your consent would be rude. Please kindly send me a friend request if that's okay with you. Thank you. They're all the same ones. Here's the next one here, Ralph Perkins. Not someone claiming to be a service member, but just commenting, can I share your post? I don't know. It doesn't. When you go to the profile, to Ralph Perkins' profile, you can see that it's not a real person. It's not a real person. John Murray, I believe this is another repeat commenter, if I'm not mistaken. I'm checking my notes quick. Yes, another repeat commenter. I'll read this one for everybody. Hello, beautiful lady. You're damn gorgeous. I love your posts, and I'll like to be friends with you. I'm very aware that you don't know me and I don't know you, but we do meet and make new friends by the day, and it only takes a second to meet someone new and a few good conversations to know the person. Really appreciate it if you kindly send me a friend request. Best wishes. Thanks, and God bless you. Had to get that God bless you in at the end. And as you can tell from some of the sentences, not all of them made sense. I'm reading them, and the reason I'm messing up is because I'm expecting them to be in English, and when it's broken up like that, it's really hard. My brain doesn't catch it always right away. Here's another person, Raina Mason, claiming to, just wanting wanting her to be hit up. So David D. Thompson, I believe this is another repeat commenter, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, another repeat commenter. And it's the same, I always enjoy what you share here on Facebook, but we're not friends yet. I've tried several times to send you a friend request, but it's not going through. I'll be so glad if you can just click on my profile and send me a friend request. Thanks, and God bless you. They always got to get that God bless you in there. And there's the other comment from David Thompson. Here's the James Dickinson. The other one from James Dickinson. Raymond Chandler, another person claiming to be a service member. The message is this similar or exactly the same as what I've already been reading to all of you. So just a couple more here that we're going through that I'm showing everybody. Michael Morrissey, same thing, same phrases, same words, maybe a few of them. And then there's Paul A. Camara again. You remember he was the general who wasn't and then was and now isn't again. So these are the comments that Martha Towney has been dealing with. Now let's break down the numbers for this. We just went over all these comments. You can tell that they're all bot accounts or generically run. Like I said, I don't know who or what is behind them. You would imagine some kind of overseeing entity or is behind all of this. In the first 3 weeks, that's September 16th to October 7th, she got 25 comments across 21 days. That's just over 8 comments a week, 8.33 comments a week. and just over one comment a day, 1.19 comments a day. Yes, I'm breaking them into decimals because that's how we're going to do it for the first 3 weeks. Not terrible, it's more spam than anybody wants to deal with, certainly, but it's not it's not crazy spam, not like the last week. Now, the last week and the last 7 days, she received 28 comments. That's 4 comments a day. Okay. That's increasing the ratio of comments per day from 1.19 comments to 4 comments a day. That's huge. And that's the last week. I don't know why it was the last week, and she's still been getting them. She's still been getting them and reporting them. And now I've noticed when I was putting this episode together, I noticed other friends of mine on my friends list are getting these comments as well. So I'm going to see if my friends with these other friends will also let me do an episode on the comments that they're also getting. And if you research these names, and if you research some of these names, that's why I have the profile picture up and then exactly how their name is. Because when you go to research and report some of these, unless you use the exact link that is in the description of this, if you try and search these names and use the picture that I showed during this episode, you're going to find multiple variations of these. You're going to find, I researched one of them. I believe it was the Richard D. Clark. I believe it was Richard D. Clark. Or no, it was Eric Hill, I believe, actually. Eric Hill it was one that I just searched. I just searched the name. And there are so many. It's the same picture. Some of them are different, the same person, just a different pose. All of them are in uniform. So that's going to be a whole separate episode. I'm going to talk about the variations of these fake accounts and how many different ones there actually are. The ones that I've given to you are just ones that were commented on Martha Towney's profile. So I've confirmed that these are all fake. All of the variations are also fake, but I'm not going to sit here and say you should report every variation on every name that I've given here, because I couldn't say that. So the links that are in the description and the pictures that I've shown with the names, those are the ones that are fake. Those are the ones that we want you to report. But I will be doing a future episode on possibly my other friends who are getting these comments, as well as the variations of the names on these fake accounts. And why is Facebook not removing these accounts? Because they're certainly being reported. It's not just Martha Towney that's been reporting them. I've been reporting them, and I know other people get these comments and they're being reported. So why isn't Facebook doing something about it? I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for. If you're watching this, please report some of these profiles. Go to the description of this episode, report some of these profiles. Let's see if we can get Facebook to actually do something with these fake and spam accounts. Now, let's talk about privacy settings on Facebook, because this is something that I think everybody needs to know. Martha Towney is 73 years old. And there's many people, especially grandmothers, grandfathers. They have children, and not even grandmothers, grandfathers, fathers and mothers. You have friends, you have family who want you to get on Facebook, even if you're not on Facebook. Maybe you're not tech savvy. They want you to get on Facebook. You get on Facebook, but you don't know about the privacy settings. You don't know how to set all that up. You don't know what you need. So with privacy settings, it's important to know what you're doing. So if you're receiving these comments, okay, the first thing you want to do is check your privacy settings, not just report them. Of course, report them, and you can always block them as well. But check your privacy settings. As soon as you see one from someone that you don't know, check your privacy settings. You can go to it and make it so that only people who are your friends can see your post. You can actually set the privacy settings up so that certain posts are only seen by certain people if you'd want to go that route, but that's advanced. I'm talking for just people who want to set up basic privacy settings. No one should be able to see your post who is not friends with you. If they're not friends with you, they shouldn't be seeing your posts. That's privacy 101. So check that, go to your privacy settings and make sure that people are not seeing your post, that your post settings are not set to public, and that they're set to only your friends. You can also set up your profile so that only your friends can see your profile. Now, that can be an issue for some people. If you want to be able to be looked up, or if you want people to be able to find you, then yes, that would eliminate that possibility. So that's, maybe you want that extra level of protection. Maybe you don't. if people don't know you or don't know if they're not searching your name, then they're not going to be able to find you. With the privacy settings, they're not, even if they search your name, you can set it where they wouldn't be able to find you even if they search your exact name. You can have it so that they can find you, but they can't see any of your posts. Check your privacy settings. And if you need help with that, leave us a comment in this episode. Leave us a comment on Facebook, leave us a comment on Rumble or YouTube, wherever you're watching this episode, and we'll see it. And if you need help, then we'll put together a tutorial episode on how to adjust your privacy settings. Okay, I'll do a basic one and then I'll do an advanced one if there's people that want it. I'm not going to make it unless there's people out there that need help or want help in adjusting their privacy settings. So please leave us a comment or send us a message on Facebook. And you can always email me, jdboilingpoint@gmail.com. You can always send me an email. And if I get some people, or at least one person who comments or emails me that says that they would like a tutorial video on how to do their privacy settings, then I will absolutely make that video and post it for everybody. The Boiling Point Podcast is here to help you, not just to entertain, educate, and inform. And you can repay us by sharing out this episode and others. That's what we need most from people right now, is we need people to share out these episodes and to leave comments, to share out episodes so that we can reach more people, so that we can continue to grow our show. That's what we need the most from people right now. You can follow us. We're on Facebook and YouTube, facebook.com/The Boiling Point Podcast, and we're on YouTube, youtube.com/@The Boiling Point Podcast. But all of our episodes in their entirety are available on our Rumble station, rumble.com/C/The Boiling Point Podcast. And that's where all of our episodes can be found in their entirety. You can also follow me on Twitter, JD@MayhemPrez. Our storefront is bonfire.com/store/The Boiling Point Podcast. Please pick up some apparel, support the show. We have sweatshirts, we have coffee mugs, we have t-shirts, we have different designs. Pick something up. We also have onesies for babies, we have toddlers, and we have youth or young adult apparel as well now, so make sure you check that out. Marcus Frederiksen does the music. Make sure you check him out. ReverbNation.com/Marcus Frederiksen, and share out your favorite Marcus Frederiksen song. I'd like to get him some more shares. We miss you, Marcus. And until next time, look for us as we got follow-up episodes. We'll have follow-up episodes on this Facebook issue. We are going to have more follow-up episodes on what's going on in the West Shore School District yet. Pastor Gavin will be joining me for a Thanksgiving episode and a Christmas episode. We also have him coming on with Dave from America's Tribune for a kind of a Bible debate episode where we'll talk about, they're both Christians, but both have different points of views or different interpretations of certain aspects of the Bible. And we're going to talk about them and debate them. And then we'll have a discussion on why that is as well. And we also got the Thanksgiving and Christmas episodes. And of course, we still got the series. Make sure you look. Mizpah's Becoming a Father series, where it airs every 2 weeks on Thursdays. Make sure you look for that. Leave us a comment. Give that a share out. And now every Sunday and every Wednesday, we're releasing parts of our new series, The Survey of the Old Testament with Pastor Gavin. And that releases Sunday on my channels. And the after show releases Sunday on Pastor Gavin's channels. And then the after show releases Wednesday on my channels. And the regular show releases Wednesday on Pastor Gavin's channel. We alternate like that. That's how we're sharing the show. Plus, we have another show that Pastor Gavin, another series Pastor Gavin that I'm going to help Pastor Gavin develop about living with diabetes. Look for that likely in the new year. And our sister show, Mayhem Media. Check them out. That's for all entertainment, TV, movies, sports, wrestling. Check that out. They're also on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble as well. And a shout out to JDE Designs. That's my art business. They're on Facebook, facebook.com/JDE Designs. That's with a Z at the end of it. Check out some of my artwork and pick some up for yourself. Until the next episode, I am your host, JD. That's the end.